Hi, this is Linda Price again, and I wanted to do another video on tatting today, and I had some requests to show how to do a double row of tatting, and so that's what I'm going to show today. And the way you start out is just how I started out in my other video where I showed you how to, this is the needle tatting. I'm doing needle tatting. And your tail is about 9 inches long for this project. It varies. If it's a bigger project, you have a longer tail. But you don't want to get too long a tail, because if you do, it's easier to twist and to make knots. So you kind of have to find a happy medium for yourself. And then also remember that we also make this U right next to it. We take the thread and we make a U out of it like this. And I make my U about as long as my tail. And you'll see right there, it's about as long as my tail. And I am tatting. Looking at my phone, I can't look at my actual fingers, so I might get a little mixed up, because you know how it is if you're looking through something and not actually looking at what you're doing. So I did this before, so I think I can do it again. And remember that we do not make the thread go over like this. We keep it in back, just like this with our finger. Don't take it off because it'll fall off. So I'm going to cast, I call it casting on, but I'm going to put on some double stitches, and we're going to do, I had tried this as a video before, and it just didn't turn out right, but this is pretty much what we're going to do. And I just did 3 of them. I mean, usually I will do 5 like this, and then I usually do the second row on top, but I'm just going to do 3 today. Well, actually this is like this. I'm just going to do 3, and that's what this is, 3. So that's what I'm doing, and I will begin and start putting on my double stitches. And I'm going to put, see, I've already done 1. I'm going to put 6 double stitches on here. See, this is what I mean when I can't actually see my fingers. That's 3. Oops. 4. 5. Remember, you go the front of your finger and the back of your finger. There's 6. And now I'm going to do a picot. Oh, you know what? I did this wrong. That's good. If I did it wrong, that's good. So I'll show you how to fix it. I should not have done this. So I'm going to, what I do is you pull them off the front. If you do things wrong, if you just pull them off the front, they just fall out. So, okay, that was a good thing. I'm glad I did it wrong so you could see how to fix it. And you don't have to take knots out or anything like that. You just pull it straight out from the front and it falls apart. Okay, so let's start again. I'm going to have to make my ring. I was making a chain. I have to make my ring. So let's start again. I'm going to do 2 double stitches. Glad I did that just so you could see, because that's easy to do. Get mixed up. You have to really pay attention to what you're doing, and you have to count also. So it's easy to get distracted, and I'm being distracted right now doing this video. So, all right, so what I did was I added a picot, and I'm not going to be slow like I did the first tatting video, because I want to do it in more of a, and I don't think this is going to work. I think this is too bright, you can't see. So let me just get this off here. Let me just put this down here. Okay, so this will be better. Let me move this off. Kick it out of the way. Okay. All right, let's go back to our put my 2 double stitches on. I'm going to put 5 picots on here because I'm going to do a ring just like I did on my other video. Okay. I guess I need to see what I'm doing through this lens. You see what I'm doing? I'm going the front of my finger, the back of my finger. I've got 3 on here now. I'll do 2 more. Third one. And 2. And someone had mentioned to me that when they pull these stitches off the back, they get knots. So I will show you the best way to do this. First of all, you make sure that you don't have any twists. See, my already it twisted right there. Any twists has to be straight, then that's got to be straight. Oops, see how it twists? Easy to twist. Okay, so I'm going to pull this off. You put your thumb and your pointer finger right at the front. Pull this off and make sure you have your other finger in there so it doesn't close up. See what I did? And then I'm going to put my needle in there and pull it and make my ring. Okay? And tie a knot. Alright, so then you hold that ring with your right hand, put that needle in the middle, and now we're going to do 6 double stitches. This is the chain. 3, 4, whoops, 5, 6, and I'm going to do 1 picot and 6 more chains. That's 3, 4, 5, 6. There we go. So let's pull it off again, but this time we're going to let it close up. And you don't want to get it around your picots and all that. You want it just to close up totally. See, since I'm having to look through this camera, my phone, I'm not seeing it. Okay. See, I've got a picot in there. So what I need to do is get in here, and I feel like I'm 1, 2, 3, 4. You see that picot's in there? Maybe it's this side. It's this side. I'm having all kinds of things happen, which will happen to you because it happens to me too. Okay, so then I'm gonna, whoops, make another knot. This is crazy. Okay, there we go. I just haven't found a really good way to make videos yet. I'm still struggling with this. Okay, so we're going to turn it over. And you always work off the ball. You don't work off the thread that's on the needle. So this is This is the ball thread right here that I'm pulling out of my ball. Okay, so I'm going to do two double stitches and a picot. And this is where we're going to join. So you take this, you put this in the second picot, you start and go from the back to the front and pull this off. See what I'm doing? I like that. So it's hanging. You see where it's hanging? Hanging right there. You gotta have everything straight. Don't get everything twisted. There's my next double stitch, the other half of that double stitch. And boy, this is just, well, now you see what you might go through. So, and there's the other double stitch. And I'm going to put 3 more picots on here. Another picot, 2, 3. There. There's 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to bring it up, pull it off again, and get my thumb, my finger, my little finger in there, not my thumb, and make sure that this closes, which I just did. There you go. Okay, I'm going to make another chain now with 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, picot, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, so then I'm going to pull this off again, and this time I don't close it, I just let it, just make a chain, just tighten it up, and put another knot. Now I think I'm getting the hang of this, going through my, watching through my camera. Flip it over, make 1 more ring, and then we'll work on the double row. Put 2 double stitches, a picot. It's got to be the same every time, it can't be different. Then I'm going through my second picot, put that yarn over there, bring it through there, make the other side of that picot, 1 more picot, one more chain, double stitch, got my words mixed up, make 3 more picots. I did 2 double stitches, another picot, double stitches, another picot, and then 2 more double stitches. And this is another ring. So again we have 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pull this off. And remember, I gotta have my finger in there. Put that needle in there so that it'll close up. There we go. Okay? So this is where I'm going to start, and you just keep doing this till you get 5. I just don't want to take the time to do 5 because it'll be the very same technique whether you do 3 or 5. Alright, so there you go. I'm just going to take it right now and put the needle again right there, and I'm going to do another chain, except I'm going to do 10 double stitches. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And you know that I just did 6 on this first row. I'm going to do 12. Just to make it a little wider. Because it has to be wider to go around. It can't be the same amount of stitches because it won't work. So I did 12, and I'm going to do another picot in the middle. And I'm going to put 12 more stitches on the other side. So I've got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, get this right, 10, 11, 12. And I'm going to pull it off just like I do my other chains. Just pull it off. And don't let it tangle. Let it just close right up. Okay? And make a knot. Alright, so that's what this looks like. So what you're going to do is you're just going to flip it around here. Flip it around. And you're going to take your needle and you're going to go right into here, right in the middle here. Make sure you get into the stitches so that, see, I've got to get into these stitches. There we go. And then just pull it through. And look at that. There's the beginning of your double row. And see why you need 12 instead of 6 on each side? And then what I do is I tie a knot to keep that down. So I'm going to tie this knot. Okay. So you don't even have to make any rings. You just keep making chains. Alright, so then I just take my needle again and then put it right here in the middle and do me another 12 stitches, 12 double stitches. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 10, 11, 12, and do a picot. 1, that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. All right. Pull this off again and let it close right up. There you go. And tie a knot at the end, pull it in to where it's not real loose. You don't want to get real tight either. A lot of people that that try to tat, if they get things too tight, they're going to have problems. So you've got to find that place to where you're not too tight and not too loose, just right. That sounds like something else. Okay, so let me go like the three bears, right? I went right in there and I joined it right here in that middle of the last ring, and make a knot and another knot. Okay, so there it is. And like I say, if you make, I made 3, if you make 5, just keep doing that 2 more times and you'll have this double row. And that looks pretty good, doesn't it? Let me just get this all, I think what happened here, I think my picot got in there. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, if you're missing, if you just got 4 picots there, your 1 picot got up into the other thread, so you have to make sure. And you kind of have to work with it to get it to where it's nice and straight. And you know, you can stiffen tatting, but I don't like stiff tatting. It takes away the soft look. And if you don't want it to move, you can stiffen it. And I use stiffy stuff. You can get it at Hobby Lobby. I've used it before when people just want it very, very stiff. And also, I wanted to tell you that, you know, I was telling you about this Elizabeth thread that I use that is the variegated, and it's beautiful, and you can get it on Amazon. You can also, I order actually from Handy Hands. Just the word handy and then the word hands. And they have so many different combinations and styles, and they're $3.95 a ball. And you can get a lot of things out of one ball. So actually it looks like, let me just get this over here. It looks like this. Now I've made some tatting off of this, so it's a little bit bigger than this. But this is that white and pink variegated that I do. But this that I made right here is off of Hobby Lobby's number 10 crochet thread. And I like this the best because it doesn't tangle, and the thing about Elizabeth thread, it does knot up, and you have to keep it straight. You have to keep it straight. Another thing I wanted to show you is how to hide your ends. Okay, so I've got this end right here. I just want to show you how I do this. I go up into this right here and kind of get into the stitches right in here. You probably do this if you crochet or anything like that. You probably do this. And so you don't see it on either end, either side I mean, and just pull it like that, and it hides it. Pull it off of there. Let me get my scissors. I'll just cut it off. You have to be really careful not to cut your picots. I've done that, and oh, after all that work, then I'll cut a picot, and oh no, because it's very noticeable if your picot's cut. So I'm just going to be real careful here. I only cut one side because I figure the one side's up in here. It's not going to come out. And if you really want to make sure it doesn't come out, you can put a little spot of glue there, that fabric tack or something, and it's there forever. So there is the double row of tatting that I have done in some of my books. You probably have seen that, and I think it's very pretty, and I think it really came out nice. Even just 3 like that would look good. Trying to see if I had let's see. Like pretend this was a, if this was a tag, you could put it up at the top like this. I think that would really be pretty. And I just wanted to show you, I finished an order this morning, and I can do another video showing how to do this. These are very easy. This one, that set that I'm selling, and then these, all they are just let's see, just 2 of these without that, and that's what I'm using as tag toppers. And I made them a little bit. I did one with 1 picot at the top, and then some more. I did 3 picots, and you can vary the look of your picots by making, like this one in the middle is bigger than the 2 on the side, and so I did 2 of those. And then this is a flower, and I can do some videos, a video on the flower too. The flowers are easy. It's a flower, and then this is that. This is actually the 5 of this. I did 3 here, and you could do another row above here, just like we worked it. And then there's another one of these, and this is the medallion. And actually, it's just, I do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I think that's a nice. You can make them bigger. I wouldn't make them any smaller because then they kind of get bunched up and they won't lay flat. So 9 is probably the smallest, but you can make bigger medallions, and you can make a bigger medallion, then a smaller medallion, and put it in the middle, and that would be pretty. Or take this flower and put that in the middle. How about that? Doesn't that look good? I do that a lot. And you know, you can sew these, but all I do is I put a backing on it and I glue sparsely. I use a hot glue, and I just go on the edges, just a dot. So, because if you spread this whole thing around and you lay it down, you're going to see the shiny hot glue through this. So I just do, and it holds it just fine. And I do the same thing on here, and you would never know that that is not sewn together or stitched together. So that's how I do it. I've learned all these years that I try to save time, because you know this tatting it takes time to do this, especially when you're learning. So if you have any other questions, just let me know, and I'll try to get some other videos on here of these other pieces, just so you can see how to do them. And I thank you very much for subscribing to me, and I hope you enjoy tatting and using these in your books. And if you don't really want to do tatting, if you want to order tatting from me, I'm willing to make it for you too. And I have about 5 orders right now that I have to finish. And one lady ordered 6 sets of different colors, and so I'm finishing that up for her. So either way, you can get tatting that's new and that's not old. And I mean, I think the old tatting has a definite look to it, but a lot of it is torn, and you know, it's not even, because it's been around so long. So these new pieces will be that way, I guess, in 50 years, but right now they're nice and neat and very clean looking. So that's what I like about tatting. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.